So this video is about doing the rear shocks or struts on a 2005 Honda CRV. Now I've already done the job, so I'm just going to show you some tips because it's actually pretty easy. There you can see the shock absorber or the strut up in place, and there's a bolt right there that comes right that you got to take out, and up on top right here you just pop this panel out. It just pops out with a screwdriver, and you see the top of the strut, and there's two studs sticking out with the nuts, and just take those nuts off. And going from underneath though, here's the tricky part. Undo, let me see if I'm getting this in the picture. Alright, these two bolts, one here and one right there on the back side, and then this arm here will drop down. Now it's not going to come crashing down, but that will give you clearance. And when you go to put it back up, get a hydraulic jack to lift up the arm back up in place so you can work the bolts back in. And you have to undo this unit right there. It might be too dark to kind of make it out, but there are 6 10mm head bolts that moves this unit out of the way on the driver's side. And the strut or the shock absorber will actually come out fairly easy, and I took a little while to figure that out, but the main trick is just taking out these two bolts here, and then it'll give more clearance for access dropping down the strut, and especially when putting it back, because you have to, the bottom of the strut is pushed down, the strut is stretched out, so it's hard to get it. I don't know if you can view it here if I'm at the right angle because I'm showing it from underneath, but the bottom of the strut where it fits up into this this arm, if you don't take out those two bolts right there, you're going to be struggling to try to get the strut to compress and move up into place. So that's why you take out these two bolts, and then that makes the job a whole lot easier. The other side does not have this thing in the way, so you don't have to worry about it. So like I said, they're just 6 bolts that are small 10mm bolts. Take off this panel, and then you'll see the bolts, one there and then 2 on the other side. But that makes it actually pretty easy to get out. And that's on a 2005 Honda CRV.